So every part of your body has a particular emotion attached to it, has a particular, reason that you're feeling something, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling scared, you're feeling rejected, you're feeling anxious, or anything that you're feeling at that point of time. It's all related to a particular past, a particular experience, particular incident, which gives us a particular emotion. And then when the emotional turmoil is too overwhelming, it starts manifesting at a physical level also. And hence the physical discomfort comes. And how you are rightly saying that, you actually do not have a medical ailment, but there is a discomfort. So maybe during the course of this talk today, maybe some things will come up for you, some clarity you might get. So please keep interacting, because whatever we share here stays here. And so yeah, you might not want to divulge into very finer details, but yes, you can always talk in general, and we can take this forward from there. So cool. So Dipti, should we start then?
Yeah, please, let's start. If people want to join in, they can join in as and when.
Okay, sure. So welcome everyone. Good evening once again to this beautiful Wednesday evening. So if all of you can keep your cameras on, if it's possible, would be nice. Otherwise, it's okay. So it would be nice to see some faces talking. So yeah. So I would just want to do a small recap of what we did last week for, just to remind you, and for Sneha who's joining us today. So, the things which we shared last time was how to connect and stay in this present moment, and how to connect with ourselves through our breath. And when we are feeling overwhelmed, when we are getting lost in the way that, either you're in the past or you're in the future, you're everywhere, but now not in the present moment. So how to bring ourselves back. So we had done those 5 deep breathing exercises, if you remember, that whatever is going on in your mind, how can you just come back to this present moment? So we will do that again before we start, so that anything that we are going to talk today, share today, actually goes in and does not zoom out, because I'm sure you had a tiring day, too many activities, a lot of things going on in your mind right now even. And after this session, you will have dinner or, a couple of other things to do. So wherever you are, if you can just close your eyes and sit comfortably. So you can try and keep your back relaxed. You can keep a small support if you want, so that your back is rested, your shoulders are relaxed. You can stretch your hands on your knees, your palm facing the ceiling, and just try to relax. You don't have to be alert. You don't have to be in any kind of attention mode. Just try to relax and do normal breathing for a few seconds. So there are millions of thoughts in your mind right now. Let them come, let them go. You just keep breathing and just stay centered wherever you are sitting right now. Feel the texture of your clothes that you're wearing, where your hands are resting. Feel the texture of the surface you are sitting on. And we will do 5 rounds of deep breathing. So as you keep breathing in, I will give you the counts for inhalation and exhalation. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. And keep your eyes closed and just stay focused on your breathing, and bring your awareness to where you are right now. this present moment, listening to my voice, being in the room that you are sitting in, attending this session, and just enjoying my voice just right now. Not thinking about what will happen in the session, what questions will I ask, what clarity will I get. Just be here now. As the thoughts are keeping on coming and going, we will visualize our head like a big empty cup, which you will hold in your left hand right now. And everything that happened from the morning till now, till you started this call, try and put all your thoughts, your worries, your everything in that empty cup, which is your mind, emptying out into that cup. Everything that happened from the morning, the good things, the not so good things, the happy moments, the sad moments, every little thing that's going on in your mind, just put that in that cup and empty yourself out. When you feel light, you can empty the cup on the floor towards Mother Earth and towards the universe, and tell in your mind, dear Mother Earth and universe, I surrender and release all my worries to you, all my stress to you. Take care. And when you feel that cup is empty, you can put it back on your head before we begin the session. And your cup is completely empty now, ready to be here now in this present moment as we start another session where we will learn to connect with our emotions. You can gently open your eyes. Welcome back. How was it, Rachna? Could you feel light? Okay, great. So yes, so coming back to this state, I just hope none of you are feeling now too relaxed that, oh God, I just want to go home and just go off to sleep. So no, the intention was not that you go off to sleep. The intention was that, you know, all jo bhi thakaan tha aapke andar, so that little bit can be eased out so that you are in complete awareness here right now. So, you know, when we begin this session today and we are talking about emotions, there's a very simple thing that I would like to ask all of you, that what according to you is emotion? What is that you think is emotion? If you can just unmute yourself and share, what is emotion as for you? Anyone would like to share what is emotion as for you? And is it, what do you think? Is it good emotion? Is being emotional, is it good? Is it bad? Is it okay to show your emotions? Whatever. Yes, Rachna?
Okay, I think emotion, it can vary depending upon the surroundings. Okay. It's basic, in a very simple way, if I put, it's just mere feelings. It can be happiness, it can be sadness.
Perfect.
Maybe jealousy, maybe anger. I don't know. All these emotions can come up depending upon the surroundings and how the surroundings are affecting you to a certain extent.
Sure. Anybody else would like to share anything about emotions? Is it good? Is it bad? Yes?
Yeah, Sneha here.
Yes, Sneha.
I think emotions are emotions are concrete feelings. So feelings keep coming and going, but emotions are something, you know, it's a concrete entity. And emotion is also energy because it has an impact on you.
Yes, right. So yes, very rightly said by you, Sneha and Rachna, that emotions are a part of our energy. It is driven by energy, the kind of energy and the vibrational frequency that we are in. Our emotions will automatically be that. If your vibrational frequency is high, you'll feel happy, you'll feel energetic, you'll feel positive, very optimistic. The moment your energy is low, your emotions will automatically be of a lower vibration, and it's actually correlated. So you cannot differentiate them and say, oh, my energy is like this, then my emotion will be like this, so my emotion is like this, so my energy will be like this. It's actually together. It goes hand in hand, right? So you first need to be aware of the very simple thing is no emotion is good or bad. All are welcome. Okay, because I think there has been a lot of misinterpretation about emotions per se. And it's like, if you're happy, you're positive, you're optimist, then it's a good emotion. So it's good to express. But if you're feeling sad, you're feeling angry, if you're feeling frustrated, it's a bad emotion. So don't express, don't talk about it. Because there's a reason why people have that misunderstanding. Do you know why? The reason is we have always learned to react, not respond. Okay, do you know the difference between reaction and responding? Anybody has any idea?
Hi, Madhurima. Surekha here.
Yes, Surekha.
Yeah, respond means you taking some time and thinking about it before expressing yourself. Whereas reacting is you just don't think, you express yourself,
yes.
And it has its own repercussions later, good or bad, whatever. So it's always good to respond. That will give you some ample time to think about it. So that's what it is.
Absolutely. So what happens is anytime we are feeling any kind of emotion, the first thing that comes to our mind is react. Even when some good thing happens, we are like, yay, we are, rejoicing. So there's nothing wrong in celebrating or mourning a loss or a grief or an anger or a frustration, but it should not go so much beyond your own sanity that it starts affecting you. So, when you're very happy and you got a promotion and you become so happy that you are just spending money left, right, and center. You're just shopping left, right, and center, or you're just going crazy, you're going berserk. That's a high level of reaction, right? Same way, if you had issue at workplace, you've had a relationship issue and you're feeling sad, which is very, very normal. But living in that grief without seeking help, living in that grief for days and weeks and months is not going to do any good to you. And you're continuously going to be pulled into that loop of, pittiness, sadness, feeling low and miserable. So the point that I'm trying to make here is any kind of emotion is fine, but please do not react to it. Like how Surekha rightly said, any moment you feel a particular emotion, take your time, breathe in, breathe out, calm yourself down, and then think what you can do, especially if it is an emotion which is not very pleasant. Like somebody snapped at you, somebody spoke rudely to you, or said something which you did not like. Instead of answering back then and there, ask yourself, you know what, am I in the right frame of mind to respond to it? Because always remember, the moment you react to it out of an anger, out of a frustration, out of you feel like, I'm just going to slap this person. How dare he talks to me this way, right? But that's not going to solve your problem. That's not going to help you in any particular way. You are just going to aggravate the issue that is on hand. Rather, take a moment and think about it and see exact words that you need to say, because everything has to be done in a good frame of mind. Because if you're not in a sane frame of mind, rather than not a good frame of mind, in a sane frame of mind, you might end up making more blunders than solving it, right? So the issue is you need to take yourself some time, even if you're very angry on your child. He's littered the entire room, there's a mess in the house, or whatever it can be, or some issue at workplace, a team member didn't do things properly. Just take yourself time, breathe in and breathe out, calm yourself down, ask yourself, okay, now this has happened. Now what do I do? It's very important that we accept what has happened, accept that this person has behaved this way with me, accept that, yes, I'm feeling miserable. Don't run away from your emotions. Accept it that, yes, I'm feeling this. So now tell me what I can do. So you talk to yourself and say, okay, you know what? Now this is done. I can't go and change it. Now what do I do? How do I make it better? And it has to always be for your own good. Please do not think about what is good for everyone else. Put yourself first and think, okay, what is the best for me now? Now this has happened. Now what do I do about it? Okay. Am I clear? Any questions, anyone? Okay. So, another thing that I want to say here is, first and foremost, is how many of you actually accept and feel your feelings and emotions? Like, for example, so Bhumi, I was just going to ask you. So for Bhumi, if somebody has spoken rudely to you, and you are not a person who would answer back or be rude to that person in return, but you are feeling angry, you're feeling like just going and bash that person's face because you're so angry, but are you acknowledging that anger? Are you accepting that anger that you're feeling inside, or you're telling, okay, no, yeah, it's okay. No, I should not think this way. I should not react this way. I should not, no, I can't get angry. I'm a good girl. I'm a nice person. Everybody says Bhumi is a very calm person. I meditate every day. So what goes on in your mind if you feel something like this?
Yeah, I try not to, react just at the moment. Okay, if he's, I try to understand like if she's behaving, might be there is some misunderstanding, or someone said something regarding me and she thought something like that. So
Yeah.
I just take a time and later I will sort it out. Like what is the matter? Tell me and clarify in between, rather than busting out in anger. We both each other, and there's no point. So,
yeah, you're talking about the response, Bhumi. I'm saying, do you acknowledge that you're feeling angry? Do you acknowledge the emotions? Do you acknowledge the feelings that you're feeling?
Yeah, basically what I feel when I just encounter this situation, like, me, this happened with me. I just feel, why is she saying so much to me? I didn't say anything. So I'm in my cool frame of mind because I know I'm not wrong. So later on, he or she will realize I don't mind. So
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, many a times, if there is a particular emotion that's coming up, if there is a particular feeling that is coming up, which is very unusual of you as a person, okay? And it's, for example, you've never felt jealous in your life, and you're first time feeling jealous by seeing somebody or seeing something. So it does not make you a bad person, okay? So first and foremost, there are these emotions, these adjectives are distinguished good and bad by our society. So please get that out of your head, that there is no good, bad here. It's just that how much are you going to let that affect you? If you're going to let that jealousy affect you and it's going to harm your well-being, then it's not good for you. Same way, if you're going to let the happiness and the joy of getting a lakh of rupees out of some lottery is going to affect you and you just go crazy, then it's not good for you. So it doesn't matter it's a good one or a bad one, high one or a low one. Anything which starts taking control of your mind, your body, and everything that you do is not good for you, right? So the same way that, first and foremost, we need to acknowledge that, yes, I'm not feeling great. Yes, I'm not feeling good. Yes, I'm feeling angry. Yes, I'm feeling sad. Yes, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling frustrated. So tell yourself it's okay. It's okay. I'm not feeling great now. I'm not supposed to be great all the time. It's okay to be up and down. But just don't stay there forever. Because I think a lot of us, get stuck in that loop that, no, I can't feel angry. I'm a 40-year-old person. No, I can't show my anger. I'm a mother. What will my child think about? Oh, I can't cry in front of my child if I'm feeling vulnerable. But it's okay. You're a human being at the end of the day. You might be somebody's mother, somebody's wife, somebody's daughter, boss, or whatever. For all those roles, you are a human being. So it's very, very natural for a human being to have emotions. You're not a robot. So first, get that inside that I'm not a robot. If I'm happy, I can also be sad. If I'm feeling positive, I can also feel negative. If I'm feeling energetic, there can be times when I'm feeling very tired and fatigued and lazy. It's okay to feel lazy. So, there are so many times of my clients tell me, I'm feeling very lazy. It's so bad now. I'm like, no, it's not bad. Your body is giving up. Maybe your body is tired. You need sleep. You need rest. Maybe you're working a lot. Your mind is too active. Too many deadlines, too many projects. You might not actually be physically working, but you're feeling that fatigue in your body. So it can be a lot of weight here, which is pulling down the energies of your body, right? So we need to first acknowledge that it's okay to not be okay, right? Are you all with me? right? So, so first and foremost, try and acknowledge, accept, and feel what you're feeling inside. Don't deny yourself. Don't go into a denial. No, I can't think this way. No, I can't feel this way. You can feel this way. Okay. So please start acknowledging those things instead of disconnecting from the inner person who's telling you, maybe the inner person inside you is crying out for help and you're just looking on the other side. No. Now I can't get angry right now. Bahut kaam pada hua hai. No, I can't sit and cry right now. Bahut kaam hai. It's okay. Don't repress your emotions. How will you connect to yourself if you are in a denial mode? Right? So let's do a small exercise. If you can just write down that, we'll take the lower vibrational ones that, for example, whatever that you're feeling right now, the not so good emotions, if you can just jot down in that paper, just write down what are those things which you're feeling. Maybe not a lot of them, maybe top three, four emotions that you're feeling right now. Are you done? You can show a thumbs up if you've done. Okay, great. So look at your list and see the first emotion that you have written down. Okay, so with that first emotion that you have written down, can you take a moment and ask yourself why you are feeling that? And write that down under that list. Just take the first one that you've written, the first point, and ask yourself why you're feeling that. Okay, so whatever answer you have written, can you again ask yourself, why am I feeling this way for that answer? Think and write, okay? There's no hurry. Right? Are you done? So whatever answer you have written on that, can you again ask yourself why you're feeling the way you are feeling for that? Ask yourself another why. Why?
Could you repeat, Madhurima? I could not hear you well.
Is anyone talking? I heard someone talking. Done? Okay. So don't...
I was out of the meeting for a while, Madhurima.
Oh.
So I've written three things, the 5 emotions,
okay.
4 negative emotions.
Yeah, so go to the top first one that you wrote, the first thing that you're feeling right now, and ask yourself why you're feeling that, and do this why for 2-3 times.
Okay.
So for example, if you've written, I'm feeling angry. So ask yourself why I'm feeling angry. So when you write that answer, again, ask yourself why. When you get another answer, again, ask yourself why. So do it 3 times. Okay. So all of us have written another answer. So, so don't kill me for this. Ask yourself again the last why. Why? Okay, so see why we are doing this. It's a very, very simple technique to go deeper and deeper and deeper inside and find out what exactly is the core issue if we can reach deeper inside. So ideally, there has to be 4 whys we ask ourselves. You know, go deeper, deeper and deeper. You're done, Rachna? Okay, just hang on till the others are done.
Okay, but can I just tell you the experience?
Sure.
When I reached the last why.
Yes, yes, please.
So that that emotion actually turned into a very positive thing when I really went down to the core.
Okay. So would you like to give a small example? Rachna, you may not the exact thing, but how it changed?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I can just tell you because
sure.
Obviously, as I told in the beginning, completely exhausted. So that is what the emotion I wrote was exhausted.
Okay.
Then you said, okay.
Why you're feeling exhausted?
So why? Because then I wrote due to hectic day. So then when I asked myself why, because then I had asked for it because I wanted to do it. And then again, when I asked myself why, so it was like, because I had a nice experience doing it. So it just turned into a very positive thing. I mean, I don't know if this is how we need to do the exercise.
No, there is no right or wrong. So the point is, now you said that, you know, because it was a positive experience, maybe in the past, or if you have experienced in the past doing the same thing. But so you can again ask yourself now that what in that happy and pleasant experience gave you the most joy? Ask yourself that. What gave you most joy in that? Surekha, you were showing your thumbs up. You've done?
Yes, Madhurima.
Sure.
Okay, the 3 emotions which came to my mind were a sense of accomplishment, anticipation, and tiredness, as everybody is exhausted these days.
Yes, yes.
Never-ending work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I asked myself that why I'm feeling accomplished today, if you'd asked me yesterday, the emotion would have been different. But today I'm having that happen.
Yeah.
So I had made a plan, and I've been planning for quite some time to achieve it. So somehow I finished it today.
Yeah.
So that was the first why. And the second why is that it always helps to plan in advance and spend some time with yourself, what needs to be done. And the third why is that it's good to be alone and with your own, and have your own me time without feeling guilty. Arey, yahan, you know, gas pe cooker chal raha hai, whatever. So you can just switch off everything and be on your own. It's okay. I mean, so that's how I'm feeling right now. The second is anticipation, that I'm meeting my parents tomorrow. So you know how the situation right now, there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of anxiety at the same time, that am I doing the right thing meeting them, or should I wait for longer? And the last one is tired and exhausted. Yes, I am tired, and the place we're living in, we don't have any help. Okay. Obviously it's with everyone, so it is never-ending work. It just goes on and on. So these are my 3 emotions.
We will stick to the first one that you said about that accomplishment part. So when you last came, that you were talking about the me time, right? So now ask yourself, Surekha, that are you comfortable with this concept of me time? And yes or no? And if it's yes, then you can list down maybe 3 things that you can do for yourself where it only involves you, not anybody else. Something that you can do for yourself in this present scenario, wherever you are.
Okay.
Whatever is applicable in your scenario, whatever is available to you, wohi resources say what is the best you can do so you can spend some me time. And if it is no, if you're not comfortable, then it's a different tangent altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can take some time for that?
Yes, please write it down.
Yeah, I'll mute it again.
Bhumi, are you okay? I was seeing you sneezing. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I in Bangalore, rain is there, na, and I put fan little higher. So.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm also done. Can I share? I'm also done.
You can just share the first one.
Yeah, actually, I got a feeling of anger, because I'm not feeling well. I told you fatigue and body pain and all. And then I asked why. Then body showing pain. Then why not able to sleep but trying to sleep. And then why? So then I'm feeling restlessness, and I don't know why. Like.
So what is your mind thinking? Ask yourself, what is the restlessness for? What's your mind thinking?
Actually, nowadays, my both kids have a school 8 o'clock. So I have to wake up early and all that. And because of my low energy, I'm not able to, just match up that thing.
And what then? You might have to see what time you're going to sleep. What's your schedule like in a day? Maybe you can plan it a little better so that you get adequate rest and sleep. Maybe all of you can, if they have to attend to school at 8 o'clock, so they also need to sleep at a particular time. And you can also take that rest and sleep at a particular time. So there are some 100 things I can tell you which may help you. So maybe after this session, if Dipti is going to create a temporary WhatsApp group, so we can do these offline. So it can be more personalized. We can take it there. So I will share that with you. So do this exercise right now, Bhumi, and ask yourself if it's the restlessness is because of the task, how you rightly said about getting up in the morning. So how we can help yourself, how you can help yourself with that to make it better for you. It should work for your benefit, right? So see, again, the same thing is, it's a matter of priority, right? If today you would be in college, you would be just surrendering to your mom and like, okay, mujhe utha dena, breakfast ready hoga, the entire focus is so different, right? But because now the roles have changed, you're the mother, you have to take care. So, the priorities have changed. So, but that does not mean your sleep has to get deprived. I know we are all battling with that as mothers and everywhere, but we have to learn. Right? We have to keep learning. So cool. So we will connect on this in the group later on, Bhumi, and we'll do that. Okay. Cool. Sneha, would you like to share, or otherwise I'll go ahead?
I will.
Yes, Sneha.
So I have been going through a lot of emotional stuff for the last few days.
Sure.
And today was a rather good day, to be very honest. And in fact, when you started with the deep breathing exercises, the moment you asked to close the eyes, I started yawning, and I have been yawning like anything. Okay. So probably I need a lot of sleep, or then I was really enjoying your voice.
Okay.
The emotions that I wrote were guilt, because you mentioned negative emotions, and this is although my today has been a really good day, and I was very calm and sailing through the day very well, very light. I was feeling light, but one of the emotions that has been overpowering for a lot of days is guilt. So why guilt? Because I've hurt a lot of the people around me, and I've not been able to strike a balance. Like even in this moment, I'm choosing myself and attending this session, but somewhere back of the mind मेरा ये चल रहा है कि अरे मैंने dinner नहीं बनाया तो घर के कैसे खाएंगे, क्या मतलब they'll manage, ऐसे नहीं कि manage नहीं करेंगे, but I should have made some arrangements, या फिर पहले बना के रखना, something that I should have done. तो imbalance का guilt है. Why that guilt? Because there is a certain way of behaving with people. We should not hurt them. Why? Because if you don't follow the way, you will lose people. What would happen if you lose the people? You lose people. The answer is I will be left alone. So now I have to find, why am I so scared of being left alone?
Yes, absolutely. So if you go deeper, Sneha, you will understand why this feeling of being left alone, which is not only you, many people go through this, that I don't want to be left alone. This sense of belongingness is very, very high, and it's not abnormal, because humans by, by race and the way we have been since, from the time human race has come into being, it's been just maybe last 1,000 years or so that we have, or maybe last couple of, 100 years that we have actually started living in a community, in homes and this and that, and we have these social parameters and compartments. But otherwise, we were all living in a larger circle. We always had that tribe feeling. We always had that sense of belonging. We couldn't exist in isolation, right? So it's very, very natural to feel that way. But having said that, it's also very important to understand that you are your own top priority. I know it sounds, cliche, but trust me, you cannot serve from an empty cup. Right? I think we all have heard this phrase so many times in so many places. So if there is so much of, anxiety, stress, heaviness, and, feeling of being lost or something inside you, so how are you going to spread love, joy, positivity, optimism, hope in the lives of others around you? And that's where the inner tussle comes into picture, because you are crying from inside, seeking help out of all the things that you're going through. I mean, you as in not you, I'm talking in general, but the human you has to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roles. And you have to be the best because people are looking up towards you, right? And that's the tussle that happens. And that's the place where we all are struggling, that, dil bol raha hai ki kuch mat karo, but dimag bol raha hai bahut kuch karo. Right? So I'm sure all of us go through this sometime or the other, and we are struggling. We are just struggling. And बीच में से वो फिजिकल मैनिफेस्टेशन में वो दिखता है, सर दर्द हो रहा है, बाल झड़ रहे हैं, नींद चली गई है, ये हो गया वो. And then we go and enroll for a Zumba class, and we go and consult a dietitian, and we do put some nice concealer on our face, but everything we'll do, but we'll not look inside. So that's why we are talking today, and we are trying to bridge that gap so that we start getting aware and we go inside more rather than, seeking things outside. So like you see how beautifully you all got a little bit of clarity than what you had before we started the session, that there is so much that is actually inside you and you can find solution. It's not that difficult, right? Okay, so the next thing that we'll do right now is this emotion that you are feeling. The first thing that you have said, the anger, the accomplishment, everything, that exhaustion that you're feeling. Can you just close your eyes wherever you are and check with your body, which part of your body is feeling the strain most? So if Rachna, you're feeling exhausted, just close your eyes and connect to your body and ask your body, which part of your body is feeling stiff? Which part of your body is feeling heavy? Which part of your body is actually, seeking for that help? Just close your eyes and ask yourselves, whichever, Sneha is feeling guilt, Bhumi is feeling exhausted, anger, Surekha is feeling accomplishment. So whatever you're feeling, so ask your body, which part is looking for that calmness? Which part of your body is feeling the most heavy right now when you think of that emotion? Once you identify that, you can open your eyes. So, yeah, Rachna, you can again go back to your eyes closed. So whichever part of your body you're feeling the emotion right now, the stress right now, whichever part, you're feeling that heaviness, that pull, that tension, whichever part of your body, if your entire body is feeling that way, can you slowly and slowly connect with your heart, which is the epicenter of all the emotions that we feel, and just talk to that emotion as if, that's a little girl inside you, and tell that small little girl who might be just 5 years old, and tell that little girl with that emotion which is held up inside, that it's okay. It's okay. Whatever you are feeling is absolutely okay. You do not need to run away. You do not need to be in denial. Just go through whatever you are feeling. I am there for you. I have acknowledged. I have accepted this stress that you're feeling, this pain that you're feeling. So connect with that emotion in your body, connect with that body part which is feeling the stress, that pull, the tension, the rigidity, the discomfort. See that emotion and that part of your body like a little 5-year-old looking for help. And just stay connected with that emotion and that part of your body. And just request that emotion to slowly, slowly, slowly release itself from your body right now. Request that pain, request that emotion to release from your body, and slowly release your body. Give it some comfort, give it some relaxation, and you will heal it from inside, slowly and steadily. But right now, just slowly release from my body. I have acknowledged that you exist. I have accepted that you exist. I will go deep within my heart and my soul and heal where you come from. And as you say this, if you, wherever you are, you can just gently give yourself a beautiful hug. As if you are that little girl for 5 years old, give yourself this beautiful hug, a warm hug. Just touch yourself and give yourself a hug. And say, I love you. And thank you for all the learnings you have given me. Once you are okay, you can gently open your eyes. Yes, Rachna, how are you feeling?
Much better. Actually, I felt better after that fourth why only.
Yeah. What about you, Bhumi, Surekha? Anybody would like to share anything? Could you connect with your body and your emotions? Could you feel where the tension is?
Yes.
Yeah. I also felt.
Okay.
And I also felt like releasing it when you last said, no?
So
this now I'm feeling good.
This is just the first time you are doing it, so your body is not used to it. But now that you have learned it, and this was just like a tip of the iceberg that we are doing in this, 1 hour session. So, so this is a beautiful practice you can do on a daily basis. At the end of the day, when you do this emptying your cup exercise, You can even do this. Jot down all the things that you're going through and go inside and see where is it coming from. And whichever thing which is really pulling you down, do the small meditation of with yourself and try and identify where is that emotion coming and where is it stored in your physical body. Okay, so when we go next Wednesday, we'll go much in depth towards emotion and our awareness, connecting to ourselves with our bodies. So it'll be more deeper next time. But I wanted to give you all a prelude to that so that, you are all connected on the same page. So, everything is interrelated. So it will not be possible for us to connect with ourselves if we don't connect to our breath, if we don't connect to our emotions and then our bodies. Right? It cannot be the other way around. Yeah, so you'll be actually surprised when I get into details of how our emotions affects our bodies, that every little part of your body has so much to do with affirmations, has so much to do with the emotions that you're feeling, that you'll be like, wow, I'm holding on so much. I'm holding on so much. Okay, so yes, so that is all that I wanted to share today, because I don't want to do too many things so that you again feel overwhelmed by the processes that we did. So yes, so that is, okay, we have some time. So yes, anybody has any questions, any query, anything that you would like to ask me, please go ahead. Dipti, you've been quiet. You want to share something?
For me, I do this on a regular basis. So I have kind of, if I have to add on to what you say, I have also realized that if the more you practice, you will realize that yes, each body part of yours has a habit of storing certain emotions. Like yes, I have learned yes, that if a certain body part of mine, like especially here, if it pains, that means that I'm stressed out. Yes. If I'm feeling sad, then there's a part here where I know it kind of hurts me, or I become uncomfortable yes, a little bit. Yes. So the more you practice, it's an amazing way to understand as you start listening to your body. But like Madhurima said, I may be going more in advance because yes, as you learn more and more, you also get into the habit of talking to your body. Yes, so that even before your body starts showing your symptom, you realize that what is coming up. But yes, that's for the future. So yeah.
Beautiful journey, and I'm so grateful to you, Dipti, that you brought this up and we are doing this right now. And whoever is enrolling and joining us and, is making that choice for themselves to connect with themselves and, take care of themselves, you all deserve a pat on your back, because it really, really takes a lot of courage to work on our own inner selves. Okay, everybody wants quick fixes. Everybody wants to, sort out, figure out, work out on the external part. But the internal journey is something which is just left in somewhere. And people think that, once I retire, I'm 60 years old, I will start my spiritual journey. That is my time to do all kinds of stuff. But why not at your 20? Why not when you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, wherever you are? None of us know if we are going to be here tomorrow morning. So wherever you are, just make the most of it. And that's what we also talked about, of being in the present moment. So, one small tip I just want to give you, all of you, and before, we get into the question answer, is from this moment onwards, till we meet next week, just do the exercises I have taught you. That, when you wake up in the morning, say, thank you, God, and just look around and connect with the environment you are in. And in the night, you can empty your cup and even do this exercise, which we learned. One more tip that I want to give you is, from this moment onwards, when you finish the session, everything that you are doing, just take it slow. If you're having dinner, be with that food. Okay. If you have cooked that vegetable, just visualize the cooking process. What were you feeling when you were cooking that food? What was going on in your mind? If you use dhania, why did you use dhania? Why not jeera? Okay. Talk to the food. Talk to everything that you are doing. Trust me, it's a beautiful journey. Okay. So this is just one small example. So for example, you have a night dress that you want to wear. Why if you chose the pink night dress today, for example, when you are going to sleep, after you pick it up randomly, ask yourself, why did I choose the pink one? Why not the blue one today? Okay. And if you have chosen the pink one, talk to that pink one that, hey, you know what? Thank you. You're going to be a part of my body. Wow, you're lucky. You're going to touch me. Have you ever thought that way when you wear clothes? So we're going to learn all of that next week. I'm excited.
I'll just add two things to what Madhurima said based on my experience. A, don't be in a hurry, because if you feel that, I have said this or she has said this, ki kal parson mein ho jayega, nahi. It has taken us many years to reach where we are.
Yes,
so
I'm still learning.
Yeah, all of us are learning. So give yourself time. And secondly, this is from my personal experience. I took a long time to accept this part of me because I constantly felt judged by people around me. Yes. So if you feel that, like she said, speak to the nightie, or when you're doing the food and all, start doing that without feeling that what if my husband hears or what if my child hears. Agar chahiye to apne man mein karo. Because I spent a lot of my years feeling judged.
You have loud conversations. Talk to yourself. I'm telling you, I'll tell you, thanks, Dipti. So, I'll tell you very funny thing which I faced many years ago. So I actually talk to furniture. I talk to everything. Okay. So I would sit on a sofa and touch the texture, and I would just have a conversation in my mind. And it's a very random thought. Okay. I've not done any course on this, and I don't know if there is any specific therapy on that, but it's just my inner consciousness. And I had, shared it with a few friends many years ago that, what, I can talk to this. And they actually started making fun of me. And they're like, you've gone mad. You've lost it. The spirituality is killing you. Kya kar rahi hai types. And I was like, really? And like how Dipti said about judgment. And that point of time, I was not as confident about my spiritual awareness as I am today. And there was a moment I actually went into self-doubt. And I was like, really? Have I lost it? Am I going mad or something? And then I realized it's okay, but I find this so joyful, I mean, think about it. The cotton that you're wearing, maybe it was on a field in Punjab, and the family which actually, harvested it or cultivated it, you don't know who that family is. How many people have touched that small eon of that cotton that you're wearing? The factory it went to, the machine it went to, the people who handled that cotton, who stitched on it, who put the button on it, the factory. Have you ever thought about things like this? We're so occupied with so many things, and that's where you connect to yourself. I'm telling you, Sneha's not here. More and more and more, you will start connecting within and connecting with the universe, not with individuals. Universe in totality. Trust me, you will never feel lonely. You'll never feel alone. You'll not look for friends. You'll not look for appreciation, validation, justification. Kuch nahi chahiye, because you're so happy in your own space. Trust me, and I'm not joking. I've actually experienced that. So, yeah. So I think I will stop here, or I will go on and on. That is going to be there next week, because so much to say on that aspect. Yeah. Anything, Rachna, Surekha, Bhumi, you want to share?
Yeah, it's an awesome experience today.
Thank you.
I never felt
it's a nice experience. Yeah. And this thing about talking to things as such. But talking to all these materialistic things, I still have a question. How far it is going to help us, or in any kind of a journey?
Yeah. So it's not about talking to things. So that is again a perspective, Rachna, that things, agar aap soch rahe ho ki chair hai, to wo chair agar lakdi ka bana hua hai, so it actually is related to a particular tree somewhere which was planted on Mother Earth. So there is nothing around you which is actually not connected to you. You are connected to nature. Everything around it is also connected to nature. So like I said, it's a very deep conversation which we will take next week. But first and foremost, we will connect to our bodies. Because the more you will be connected within, you will just be connected to everything around. Yeah.
I would say, since this concept's new to you, go with what you feel like connecting to. In the sense, like, jaise abhi hum emotions or body ki we have been talking about, do that this week. See how that goes. Get comfortable with that, and then see naturally where it takes you.
Yes.
Yeah, like getting connected to plants, which I
Do
really
that.
enjoy.
Whatever comes to
I
you.
have been doing it for many years, but
Yes.
connecting it to a sofa or a chair or a furniture or for that matter, a nightie, that's something beyond me. I still have to accept that. I mean,
that's fine. That's fine. That's
it might
just an
take time.
example. Yeah.
Leave it
So
for
maybe,
now. Yeah, go with what
maybe
feels right for you.
You can just connect to the food that you eat and connect that food to your body. You know, Rachna, like if tomorrow morning you are having bread toast, then talk to that bread and say, or maybe, you know, this was something which we learned in childhood to thank God before we eat.
Yes.
So it has not got to do with any religion, any community or anything. Just thank that this bread is on your plate today. And not only because of who got that bread on your plate, it's also because how much will that bread add value to your body? What value, what nutritional value will that bread give your body? How is it going to help you feel better, feel healthy, feel energetic? Is it actually contributing to you? Do this, okay? Start talking to your body, okay? So for example, if you are drinking less water, ask yourself, do you actually, and many a times, you know, this happens that you're actually feeling, your body needs water and you're feeling hungry and you are actually eating, but actually you don't need food, you need water that time. So start talking to your body slowly and slowly and slowly from now onwards. You can take things slow. So enjoy whatever you are doing. If you're combing your hair, enjoy that moment. If you're applying lotion on your hair, enjoy that moment. So Rachna is laughing. I think this woman is giving me too many tasks to do. So yeah, I think
no. Actually, you said combing your hair, and you know the kind of hard water that every time you comb, so many comes out, so you don't feel good about it.
You must
to be honest,
all these things, because next week when we talk about the body, we will address a lot of such things, and you will see a lot of things that we talk, think, and we feel is actually not happening. It's just thoughts becoming things and our own manifestations. So yeah, that is for another day. I just have to, you know, stopping myself so that I don't give out too much, because it will be difficult for you to process. So yes, so good. So yes, Rachna, what's your takeaway? What you will do for this next week?
Yeah, talking to myself, I have been doing, you know, trying to calm myself and asking myself why I behave this way or that way. I am doing that practice. Let's see what I can do. Maybe I'll share it next week. Nothing is coming in my mind right now.
Just keep doing what we discussed, the exercises we did today. Just stay with that. Just stay with that and keep going inside and doing this why analysis with yourself.
So in the chat, I have put up the link for a WhatsApp group. It's a temporary WhatsApp group which we've created. If you can join, then you can share in that group in this week. So that next time when we do, we can start at that point instead of starting from this point.
Yes, I think that will be.
So you can just click on that or copy that and then join that group.
Sure. Anybody else? Bhumi, Surekha, anything?
It was very enriching experience. Great session. What I do is I talk to myself, and whenever people are talking to each other, I know what exactly the other person is going to say. So that's quite, it just makes me, anticipate what kind of replies or what kind of response I would get. So that makes me more mindful that how am I speaking, how am I supposed to say, what to say, when to say. So, and now I've also started practicing a little bit of being mindful while, watching TV or eating. Otherwise, when you're eating something, you're thinking of the next step, next work to be done, or something or the other. You're never there what you're doing. So I'm trying to be there what I'm doing at that point in time. So, but it doesn't happen every time. So just getting there.
Okay, you at least started. You started somewhere. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
The mind keeps wavering here and there, and it's not easy to be in that kind of a zone all the time. So
Yes. So stay connected to your emotions as we did today. Talk to your body, connect with that emotion in your body, release that tension from your body, and do this why analysis. You'll get a lot of clarity. Right? Bhumi, anything?
No, whatever you said, I will practice this week.
You've been making notes, so good call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So that's it for me, ladies. So we'll be connected in the WhatsApp group. So thank you, Dipti, and over to you, Dipti.
Thank you so much for having this session, because I think it's been a really nice session, very different concepts for most of us here. Hopefully we'll use some of it. So you'll see that these are things, I mean, when we do our other sessions, right, whether it's inner child or EFT or family constellation, those are very deep healing modalities. But what Madhurima does are very daily things, you know, that we can use to, like her favorite topic is living in the moment. That's a workshop we're having on Sunday. So even these things, if you do, you will see that slowly, the more and more you practice, it kind of brings you into the present.
Yeah. Yeah.
So her workshops are more around that how to become more aware of where we are right now in terms of our emotions, in terms of our behavior, our actions, and how we can consciously move towards bringing them to a space where we are more in the now and not so much in the past or the future. So I think that's something that, you know, we miss, because we all run towards deep healing modalities and हमको past clear करना है, हमको अपना inner child clear करना है, but हम अपना आज भूल जाते हैं. I mean, that is also necessary, but I think this is something that is always a very important part for each one of us to do. So thank you so much for bringing back this awareness and for making us connect to ourselves.
Thank you so much. Thank you all of you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Give a pat on your back, because you chose this for yourself. You love yourself so much that you chose this. So, and thanks to you, Dipti, for bringing up this platform and space.
And please share this with more and more of people, because I think that the more people know about this, I always say this, and I think I'll repeat this. Some of you may have heard me say this, that the more and more people are aware of where we are today, the less social and family problems we'll have.
Absolutely.
Less saas bahu, maa baap, husband wife problems we will have in our life. So I think this is something that is needed by everybody. So if you could share with more and more people, we will be putting up this recording by tomorrow on the YouTube channel. So in case people who you think that would benefit from seeing this, please feel free to share. I'll put up the link once I put up on this group also. So you can see it or share the link. So see you next Wednesday. And for those who have signed up for the Sunday workshop, we'll see you all on Sunday.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night. Bye.